as we look ahead to the goals for 2047, clearly a secure India has to be prime amongst them. But I think we are also trying to fashion the elements of a safety net so that as shocks from the world impact on India, and they will, that there are mechanisms. An example was how India reacted to COVID. So we were in a position, because we had the food stocks and because technology gave us the delivery system, to give free food to 800 million Indian citizens. And I think that it is in that sense that India is kind of like Singapore, trying to prepare for the future. If I could just come back to Singapore for a minute, one of the most interesting presentations I've had here is about Singapore as a city-state, how it is preparing for climate change and all of that. And frankly, a lot of the future for India is going to be in improving the quality of its cities and making them better engines for economic growth.
Mr. Berry, we're running out of time. A lot of analysts come up to me and ask me about the elections this year. And if Prime Minister Modi comes back for a third term, where would the focus be? And what would be the priority in terms of the reforms push? Ease of doing business, obviously, India has improved tremendously in the last 10 years. But what would it take for India to continue on that path of drawing more foreign investments into the country, drawing more business activity into the country, and shoring up business confidence? And also, from a reform standpoint, what's lined up? What's next?
I have already indicated that the master narrative for the campaign, and I would say for the nation, because there is a bipartisan consensus on many of these issues, is the economy. India as a developed society by 2047. Now, with respect to the post-election agenda, I don't want to count chickens before they're hatched, but I think that the broad outlines have been made clear, which is increased global integration, but not at any price, and not at the price of weakening, as it were, your domestic capabilities. And this is not just India. The US is going that way, Europe is going that way, but this is uncharted territory. What I can say, based on, as it were, the expert management of the G20, is that India's development trajectory will not and cannot be a cookie cutter of how China grew, how the rest of East Asia grew. It's going to be much more digitally focused. It's as it were, the whole job story is going to have to be different, and that is really where I come in and where my roaming the world, and including Singapore, comes in.
E se você ainda não é inscrito na Academia Cripto Com Fé, o link está na descrição do vídeo. Venha participar do melhor e maior hub de conhecimento do mercado de criptomoedas. Você vai experimentar um conteúdo completamente personalizado para você. Você que é iniciante ou você que já está no mercado há algum tempo. Na Academia Cripto Com Fé nós temos treinamentos de análise gráfica, treinamentos de DeFi, acompanhamento diário, análises gráficas exclusivas e informações privilegiadas e todo um overview do mercado de criptomoedas diariamente para te deixar extremamente preparado para o ano do halving do BTC. Então vem para a Academia Cripto Com Fé, o link está na descrição do vídeo. Grande abraço!